Pankaj, comfortable? Then why do we need a constitutional backup and all this whole huge setup required for CAG?
Can you tell us what is IBC?
What is Digital India 2?
Are you aware about the mascot of Indian Railway?
What is ace in volleyball?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Pankaj Soni.
Yes, sir.
Pankaj, comfortable?
Yes, sir.
English is going to be your preferred medium?
Yes, sir.
Fine, Pankaj. I would like to inform my fellow board members that Pankaj is primarily from, you're from Rajasthan, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are a trained chartered accountant.
Yes, sir.
I can also see that you did your graduation, BCom honors from Jain Narayan with University Jodhpur.
Yes, sir.
You have worked. Earlier, you were assistant manager finance with Indian Oil,
Yes.
PSU, and now currently you are a IRMS professional,
Yes.
right? Have you joined?
Yes, sir.
You're not on leave, you've joined.
I, sir, on leave. I joined after I take leave.
Okay, you joined and then took
Yes.
EOL, right?
sir.
Is that the case?
Yes, sir.
So, tell me, how is your experience so far? Have you started feeling like a railwayman or not?
Not now, sir.
Not now.
Yes.
As far as your service choices are concerned, tell me, what are the service you are eyeing right now?
Sir, Indian Administrative Service, because of its vast exposure. Revenue Service is also good for me because of my background.
Right. Okay. So, you have taken commerce and accountancy, I can see.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about the railway management. You have been a manager earlier, you understand management. It appears that government is more or less dragging its feet on IRMS thing. Earlier, it was declared like an IRMS has arrived. Now it appears that now it is named as IRMS, but services still exist.
Yes.
Do you believe that it's a U-turn by the management, railway board management and the government?
Yeah, I feel that because, sir, first of all, the original idea is that to make a service which is neutral to cadre. It may be work in traffic, accounts, or personnel. But as my understanding, I also found that the railway is a much specialized job, especially if I compare traffic with the accounts. I feel that two are very diverse domain of work. So now I think with the deliberation and internal some persuasions, government has come back to the position of previous IRTS and the account service separate.
When a chartered accountant get into the railway management services and look at the accounting there, they would obviously be baffled by the accounting system in the government. I mean, why do we still have a single entry accounting when even in a operation based organization like railways? And do you believe that we need to overhaul the standards as far as accounting is concerned, at least in railways, if not the entire government?
Yes, sir, definitely. Because first of all, the railway derive its system because of the budgetary support system. Just like our government works with the receipt and expenditure, the same railway also work in same direction. Recently, railway also introduced the double entry system in their accounts, and they also following some accrual aspect with respect to the operational revenue accounting, because they are also engaging with the corporate sector. So I feel that in some area they use some accrual method, but there is still a lot of scope to implement the international standard in the railway finance.
These standards in accounting has always baffled me. I mean, we have got a separate set of standards when it comes to accounting in corporates,
Yes.
are different in the government sector, and international standards are further different.
Yes.
Why can't we align our accounting system in such a way that all three can be at the same pace? What are the reasons?
Sir, because first of all, I feel that it's because of nature of the operations. Like if we compare with the government operation with the corporates operation, these are some two different aspects. Government work on the public service and it's not oriented toward the profit, or the government is also sovereign entity. So they are also not going to bad debt, or they are also going to insolvent. But corporate case, there's some different criteria to evaluate the performance. They are dependent on the profits, and there are chances that they can get insolvent. So their accounts would be true and fair, which is not same in the government.
Government accounts are not true, not fair.
With respect to their fairness, because the government work on fairness also, because they have cash method. So there is nothing like opaque areas in the government functioning. Or also the government is sovereign entity, so there is nothing doubt about their defaults.
When we look at Indian government accounting system, the CAG plays an important role.
Yes, sir.
But I don't really understand what role that they play. I mean, there is no controller function in the CAG
Yes.
as it is in the British. And accounting is with the rest with the department itself, and only the audit function that is left with the CAG. Then why do we need a constitutional backup and all this whole huge setup required for CAG? It can be merely a executive body of government. Had it been a controller function, I understand they need a constitutional backup, but there's no controller function. Parliament today may say that you're given only 20,000 crore. They may end up spending 50,000 crore, and they'll give a revised estimate done.
Sir, what I feel that from the inception, the finances in the government are very crucial for the trust of the public, because the finance is the main thing which provide the what we call the contract theory between the public and the government. So the accountability of financial is the critical aspect. So if there is no CAG, so there is no independent review of the government expenditures, how the laws are complied, how the whether government follow the procedures laid by the constitution, like whether the budget has been passed for a certain activity or the amount is spent only to extent with the government approved. So to provide a holistic constitutional procedural aspect in the auditing with respect to some independent vision, therefore I think CAG is needed, because they have some professional skepticism. They also use some key insights about the government schemes, like they can also check the leakages in the various schemes and what improvement should be there.
If CAG is so crucial for the union government, then why don't we have a CAG for the state governments? You end up having just an accountant general. There is also public trustees at the stake.
So I think the need is not to be there, because first of all, if we have a federal body, so accounting systems are normally derived its power from the central, like the Gazette provide the accounting guideline.
Is it a union subject in the list?
No, sir, accounts are all because state CAG also doing the accounting aspect also, apart from the auditing, which is not in the central government because of the some practices from the independence. So because of that, I don't feel that we need additional CAG in the state, because it is a separate chain, just like judiciary, which is integrated in nature. We have Supreme Court, then High Court, and the subordinate court. Just like we have CAG and the Accountant General in the states. So they derive some hierarchical authorities.
Anyways, thank you.
So thank you.
Okay. IRMS, you're looking after personnel,
No, sir, traffic service I opted for.
but you've written P.
Sir, P for probationer.
Oh, probationer, not for
May
personnel.
take an account.
No, sir, I took the traffic.
May not take an account despite being a CA.
Yes, sir.
Traffic is rated the highest. Traffic is rated at the highest.
Sir, because of its area of work, because it is the face of the Indian Railway. So they do the commercial and the operational role in the railway.
So you want visibility. Are you power hungry?
No, sir, it's not about power hungry. It's about the diversity of the job. In the IOCL, I already working in the field of finance, taxation, accounting. So I feel that the area in which I can truly deliver for the public, and the area between I can take some independent or some initiative. That's why I feel that traffic is much more inclined toward this objective.
Okay. You are a chartered accountant.
Yes.
Can you tell us what is IBC?
Sir, this is the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code made by the government to come out of the Chakravyuh cycle that we previously called, because corporate are stuck in the cycle of insolvency and they are not able to come out of this cycle. So government bring the IBC for the realizations of the debts for the creditors and the operation of the business in case of insolvency.
Okay. So is it successful? Is it being implemented properly? IBC?
Sir, the intent is in right direction, but in implementation there are challenges.
Like,
Sir, it is found that previously that it should be time-bound process of 180 days. Further, it should be added 90 days. But average we look, then it is more than 1 year for any case. Further, the haircut is also used. Like they are able to realize only 30 to 40% of the debt by the various institutional loan providers.
so giving a haircut of say 60% is better, or not solving the problem is better?
Sir, solving the problem is the first criteria.
Okay.
Because further, the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code also provide first the operation of the management. If operation is not visible, then they go for the liquidation.
Okay. Now, Supreme Court has given a judgment regarding docs. Can you tell what is the order?
Sir, previously Supreme Court has ordered for the uh, capturing of the dogs and rehabilitating that somewhere else out of the urban areas, but they retain their orders after some uh, public campaign. So currently it is status quo.
Status quo means nothing is being done. There's no order in place.
Sir, I'm not specifically aware about what is the order exactly. They provided some responsibility for the municipal corporations to have some vaccination and all.
Cons.
Yes, sir.
And now the order is that in front and near the schools and other places, they should not allow dogs. At other places, they should return the dogs. You just read it.
Yes, sir,
This
definitely.
is important. We are from Rajasthan.
Yes, sir.
Do child marriages still take place in Rajasthan?
Sir, the NFHS data shows that it is still prevalent because they are around 25% of incidents in the Rajasthan that child marriage took place for the girls specifically.
So, which is a specific day in a year when you have mass child marriages?
Sir, it is the Basant Panchami is the period. There is also a Akhatis is an event in which mass marriage took place in Rajasthan.
Akhati. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Pankaj, first of all, just wanted to understand, like a lot of things have been spoken about accounts. Houthi had carried a lot of attacks on Red Sea and the shipping. In fact, it is reduced now, but it is still very risky. What is the financial impact on energy prices and on the energy supply chain?
Sir, the Houthis are located in a very strategic area for the Persian Gulf side. So there is a major oil reserve in this area, and a lot of supply take place from these areas. So any attack in this area will lead to reduce the supply of the oils. So it will temporarily increase the price of crude. Further, as it is risky, so we need to incur more insurance cost in this domain. So it also increase the cost of transportation. I think two visible economic impact I can see, sir.
And anything else? Transportation costs, how does it increase transportation costs? Because of?
Insurance and the risk that it carry.
And this is not the Gulf, Persian Gulf. Persian Gulf is dominated by Iran, the Red Sea area. And again, they have to take a longer route through Cape of Good Hope, 10 to 14 days of extra shipping time. That also increases the cost. So it has an impact. Now, just tell me, what is the next frontier? India is becoming quite digital in different fields, including UPI, and a lot of transactions are being done digitally. What is the next frontier? What is Digital India 2?
So Digital India too, in the new arena of technology like artificial intelligence, on the areas of machine learning or the semiconductor campaign. So this is some expansion of the current Digital India, sir.
And what about that is only one part. What else?
So the other part is to extend to the rural areas to increase the inclusivity of the digital technologies in the far-flung areas of India.
So now you're talking of AI in the governance, and so what are the risks involved of involving too much of AI in governance, public administration?
Sir, first of all, AI does not have compassion and the empathy that governance need. First of all, it is lead to machine versus people. So the people who are not so much inclined to technology will not be get their services. Second, sir, the artificial intelligence also have certain bias in their data sets, so it will lead to some issues. Third, sir, what I feel that we have dependent on the foreign AI models, so it will not cater the need of our people because we should be made it to the models of Indian data set. So can it will deliver goods and the services for the Indian people. So data sets is also important, and the cost is an important parameter because it will increase the cost of the governance because models are too expensive at the current time, and which is not also open source so that we can use.
then in the end maybe you can add privacy issue.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Right. Rajasthan, since you're from Rajasthan, I just want to understand how can Rajasthan improve its fiscal health, though too much dependence on center?
Sir, first of all, Rajasthan have some issues with respect to its revenue expenditure because it has huge burden of the salaries and the pension. So they have already rolled out the old pension scheme, which is a huge burden for the financials. Second, sir, the freebies regime in the sector of power, water, and the subsidies from the bus travel. So all this can be optimized and targeted in much more beneficial way so that it can reduce the burden on the state.
So what do you think is better, subsidy, since you mentioned subsidy or targeted welfare?
Sir, I feel that targeted welfare is better because it reduces the leakage. It also, uh, just like in agriculture, it benefits more to the rich because of the subsidy regime. So if we give targeted benefit, then it will lead to the benefit of the most the people who need it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Pankaj,
Yes.
you are already working for Indian Railways.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware about the mascot of Indian Railway?
Sir, in the symbol, I think if we look into the symbol, it is the engine it shows in the. Okay, musket is different thing, I think.
Bholu Guard. Look into it. Bholu Guard is the name of the mascot of Indian Railway.
Thank you, sir. I will remember it.
Operating ratio of Indian Railway in recent time, what it is?
Sir, it is around 98.5%.
What does it mean exactly, operating ratio?
Sir, operating ratio refer to how much we incur expenditure with respect to our revenue. So I think if we earn 100 rupees, then our operating expense is around 98.5. So it is very less to invest in further projects.
Any ideas to improve this?
Similar that, sir, first of all, Indian Railway also have a huge manpower. So it is also a huge burden on the pension and it will also increase in future time, first of all. So there need to be some alternative model to finance the burden of the pension and the salaries.
NPS is already there. Is it not applicable for a national pension scheme where the employees also have to contribute partly?
Sir, it is only for the 2014 and onwards.
2014 or 4?
4, sir. Sorry, I have.
Okay, please go on. So NPS is there.
NPS is there, but it's for because as per studies, it shows that operating ratio will further deteriorate because of the burden of the pensions. And this, sir, second is that we should increase the freight revenue. Currently, in Indian Railway account for 27% of the freight of India, but it should be increased to 40%.
Are you aware about the issue of cross subsidization in Indian Railway?
Yes, sir.
So what is that?
Sir, cross subsidization is that Indian Railway earn around 60 to 70% from the freight.
So you are saying that we are not earning much from freight, and now you are saying most of the revenue comes from the freight. Appears to be paradoxical. Appears. Yes, please go on.
Because, sir, the cross subsidization is such in nature that the freight income is around 60 to 70%, and the passenger, which is not contributed much because if we go into the accounts, only the 57 rupees has been recovered for every 100 rupees expended by the government. So it is very less. So it's subsidized by the freight operations. So because of this, the freight operation is much more expensive, and because of that, it will shift to the road sector. So it is declining day by day.
So what is difference, since you have commerce and accountancy background, what is difference between sales, turnover and revenue?
Sir, sales and turnover is, we can say that these are some different name but having same connotation because turnover compared to what is operating income that we have after selling the goods and the performing the services. Revenue is much more wider domain. It cover not only the operational aspect of revenue but also non-operational like rent or the income from some certain activities like interest and all.
Okay. Recently, MG Narega, the existing law, was replaced with a new law, VB Gramji law. What has been the main deviation, especially or the new provision with respect to agriculture in the VB Gramji law? Can you mention?
Sir, it mentioned that in the peak period, they will not provide the uh, work as provided in the MG Narega. So it will provide the working in the agricultural sector.
So what will be the peak period for Indian agriculture?
Sir, it is the sowing season of the Kharif. So it is around uh, April to July.
It will be same for every state.
No, sir, it's different from the state to state.
So you are saying April to July.
If I take the normal cycle in my area, so I can say,
States are allowed to choose their own peak cycle.
yes, sir.
One last quick question. You mentioned about Chakravyuh challenge. So Chakravyuh challenge is with respect to only insolvency or with respect to other areas as well of governance?
Sir, other areas government is also there. Like government is also not able to come out of certain businesses, loss making businesses.
Government businesses, entities, that's okay. Is Chakravyuh challenge a problem for other aspects of governance as well? May it be reservation, welfare policies, freebies?
Yes, sir, in freebies there is there because the more we do, the more it impact our deficit and more we have to finance it from the debt. So it will reduce the state capacity to spend.
That Chakravyuh challenge is for Indian Railways as well.
Yes, sir. The cross subsidization is one of my example. Let's say.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Pankaj, your interests include playing volleyball. What is ACE in volleyball?
I am not able to.
What's the difference between volleyball and beach volleyball?
So it's the with respect to the certain rules, like in volleyball, the normal volleyball, there is much more strong rules with respect to the number of players and the cycling of the players. But in beach volleyball, number of players is restricted. It may be 2, it may be more, and it is much more uh, flexible to rotate or not to rotate. So I feel that.
And which of the two, volleyball or beach volleyball, is in Olympics?
Sir, as I able to recall, both the volleyball are there.
So you're from Rajasthan, and Rajasthan, we observe when we look at the geography of Rajasthan, we observe playa lakes. What are these playa lakes?
Sir, I'm not sure, but I can guess if you allow, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, Playa Lake are some, I think, kind of salt lake that made because of some rainfall or the groundwater discharge, and its evaporation will lead to the some salt plain in the region. If it's true.
Okay. As a guess, it was a well. You explained it quite well.
Thank you, sir.
Another thing which I want to know, that you're from Pali, and recently some areas which were near to the Pali, they were in news because there was a very judgment made by I think some village panchayat or something, where they asked the women not to use the mobile phone.
Yes, sir.
And earlier also there were a couple of such judgments. If you look at last decades, where which are like that women should not eat noodles, or they cannot wear jeans. Why do we see that the restriction is placed on the women on the things which they enjoy? There can be other restrictions as well, but why are the things which supposedly people like, why is the tendency to curb that thing?
So recently in the Jalore district, this has happened that they are put restriction on the mobile use and internet use. So, sir, first of all, I can get that it's come from the patriarchy society. So it is one way, additional way of the showing the patriarchal nature of their society. So it is come to the patriarchy when they see that they are more freedom is enjoyed by the particular group. So they put restriction. So although it is illegal, but I feel that the grassroots people should come together, and the government should provide them some sufficient avenues, because the women are contribute around 50% of the Panchayati Raj system, because they have position the chairman and the members. So they can have their own way to handle these things. I feel that.
Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Pankaj, it was nice talking to you. The interview is over. So we conclude your interview part.
Yes.
So when is your interview?
11th February, sir.
11th February, right. And what was your score last time when you got selected?
160, sir.
160.
Yes, sir.
And you missed top 3 services by how many marks?
So it's I get around 185 plus, then I get the IAS.
So you missed by 25 marks, that's IAS, maybe a little, even 20 marks to IPS or less.
Yes, sir.
Right. And you believe that you covered at least that 20 marks in your mains?
So I feel that I have do decent in my optionals, but sir, it is
It
uncertain.
is always dicey. We can never be certain, but you're hopeful about it.
Yes, sir.
Since you've been through mill, tell me what is your evaluation assessment of your performance today?
Sir, I feel that I perform decent, not I seconded very good. In some questions, I think I can frame it in much more better way with respect to the length and the we should. I can also be precise in the my argument. So I feel that these are few areas in which I can work, especially in the field of volleyball. I also are not able to give sufficient answers to the question asked by the member.
See, Pankaj, suppose you already know that when a candidate is already selected
Yes, sir.
and filling for only top 6
Yes,
services,
sir.
then both things change. One, your expectation and what actually materially you can get change,
Yes, sir.
because there's no point getting 160 in the interview, right?
Yes, sir.
160 will land you in the same service. There's no point. So you need to eye 180 plus, right? That's what should be your. And similarly for the board also, the candidate is already selected.
Yes.
Either the candidate should show that X factor so that they are forced
Yes,
to
sir.
give you the better service. Otherwise, they would say, okay, you're better in railways itself, right? That's been the psyche generally. So either they'll give you very good marks to ensure that okay, ये last time रहेगा, इसके बाद जाओ अपनी सर्विस करो, 180 हो गया, या फिर 190 हो गया, 200. Right now, what you're doing is that you're at places it appears that you're playing very, very safe. You're not displaying that X factor as it required, which is, I mean, both in terms of communication, but more than communication in terms of content. That precise, that kind of extra pleasing kind of argument are not
Yeah.
coming. The arguments are coming which are like the routine arguments which any first timer will also give. So my request to you is that consider it. Do you actually want to play on the back foot or you want to play on the front foot? My advice will be that you're already well settled. You should actually be playing on the front foot.
Yeah.
So maybe sometime even slog. But slogging is not something I'm suggesting. I'm merely suggesting that you need to be on the front foot.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you ask me technically, I'll say yes, your sitting posture is good, your voice level is good, your hand movement is restricted, everything is fine,
Yes.
and nothing is wrong here. But any previously selected candidate, I've been suggesting that be a little bit more sharp at a few places, right? And especially when you're talking about your home turf, there are two home turf for you. One is obviously that has to do with accounting,
Yes.
also because of your professional qualification and your optional. And second is railways, whether you have joined it or not joined it, you have gone just for one day, but still that's
Yes.
your home. You should know these things like back of your hand, not just the factual thing, but also have some vision about it. You believe that it is going to be this direction. I have this opinion that this direction is a better direction, or that kind of philosophical or vision-based understanding should come out. Right now, it appears more like a mains examination.
Yes.
You have good notes with you. Your notes are precise. Your notes are good, and you are able to deliver the notes. When you deliver the notes, you get 170. When you deliver your personality, you get around 190.
Yes.
And this 20 marks is what I am asking you to cover, right?
Yes.
Everything else is in place. So,
Okay.
I mean, I don't have anything else to add. Your content in general is good.
Okay, sir.
And I'm not saying there's any problem in the content. I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
asking you to bring that X factor, right?
Definitely.
Anything you want to ask?
No, sir, it's very helpful.
Right. I think it's okay. Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best.